Good morning and welcome to my house. I have doing my 2-week post-op update. I had the sleeve gastrectomy at the National Capital Private Hospital in Canberra with Dr. Gananadha on the 1st of September 2017. I am 31 years old and I'm 169 centimeters tall. I had my pre-op weight was 115 kilos after 2 weeks on the pre-op diet. Highest weight was 120 kilos. My last week's weight, 1 week out of surgery, was 111 kilos, and I come to you today at 108.9 kilos. So I'm really happy with that. This week has been a struggle. I have been struggling to get all of the food and all of the drinks in. I knew I would struggle with the water intake, and I found myself switching each day between eating almost enough and not drinking half as much, or drinking almost enough and barely eating. So I kind of have had to find a bit of a balance with that. I've been struggling with the timing of everything too. I keep wanting to just keep drinking and I naturally just take 2 sips of water at a time. So then I have to, or of soup or anything, then I have to hold it in my mouth for a good 30 seconds before I swallow it again, because if I don't, I just get this incredible pain and it's really uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of that hungry feeling, which is the reflux feeling, which is not ideal. It's definitely not my favorite. So I'm wondering if maybe I need to see my GP about getting a script or something for maybe a higher reflux tablet or something like that, or maybe it's because I'm just not eating enough and my stomach acids are going all over the place and all that sort of thing. So walking has been difficult because I did hurt my foot. I ended up going to my chiropractor and he said there was a few things that were in a misalignment, so he did some work on that and has asked that I just rest off it for a while and just potter around, which has been hard. It's been psychologically taxing this week. Had to have a little cry yesterday, I must admit. Just getting everything in has been really hard. I noticed obviously that there was a smaller loss this week, and I believe it's because I was struggling with the food. The first loss of 4 kilos was amazing and I was 100% on track. I've got it all written down, so that's why I keep looking down. And this week, 2.1 in 1 week is amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely happy about it. But I also know it could have been better if I was walking and if I was sticking properly to the eating and the drinking situation. It could have been better than that. So I just am so sick of sipping the liquids. I really am struggling with that. So I'm very happy to be heading into blended puree land this week, and I welcome it with open arms. I've been blending everything, all the leftovers from my family's dinners. I have been blending and just adding extra sauces too to make them nice and wet and the right consistency. I made one of my favorite things when I was a kid, which I haven't had in I don't even know how long. I made curried eggs, and I just blended it up with mayonnaise and some curry powder and paprika and all that sort of stuff and just blended the crap out of it, and it made an amazing puree. But of course I couldn't eat it, so I tasted it while I was making it, and I tried to eat some of it yesterday actually, and it was still just a little bit too heavy for me. So I'm feeling like this puree stage will probably be very slow going. My dietitian has asked that I do the blended puree situation for 4 weeks. So it's going to end up having been 6 weeks since I have had solid food. So it's already wearing down on me, but I am sure just this transition from thin liquids over to pureed things is going to be so much better, because I can have basically a meal, semi-meal. I mean, spaghetti bolognese is probably the most amazing thing I've tasted as a blended thing, because it just works really well, which I'm sure rissoles and vegetables and meatballs and vegetables and things like that will be pretty much the same. So I'm really happy about that, because I was worried about that. I've got little notes, so I just keep looking at them. Slow sipping. I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm struggling with the slow sipping, and I caused myself a fair bit of pain yesterday by trying to pack in all of the foods. I counted, they gave like a sample idea on what you're supposed to eat and drink throughout the day. I mean, I say eat, obviously, I mean thin liquids or soups or smoothies or whatever. So everything that I considered constituted a food, which would be things like a smoothie or a sustagen or a custard or something like that. I counted those as foods, and everything that was more of a water, tea, cordial things like that is as a drink. So they want me to effectively drink 9 foods and 7 lots of water or drink. And that is a lot, and that I already feel like I am constantly making and sipping and spooning and all that stuff all day, that I just sometimes want a break, and I try to have that break, and then that break tends to be longer than half an hour, and then it's too long, and then it's just this vicious cycle. So I'm working on that at the moment because I've really got to get that under control. Today is Friday and I go back to work on Monday. So I really need to sort myself out before I go back to work. But I think I'll be better once I'm on the purees and everything as well. My dietitian also gave me a sampler pack, or like a coupon for a sampler pack of protein water, which is actually really cool. And I've been giving a couple of those a go. I actually found that I'd made up one, because it makes up to say 500 mils to a litre, and it's your choice as to how diluted you want it. And it had like, I think 8 different flavours in it. And I found that on the days that I had a flavour that I didn't really like, I really avoided drinking, and it was a real problem. So instead of just succumbing to the fact that I didn't like it and just tipping it out and making a new one, I suffered by not drinking enough. So don't do it. So basically I think that's my biggest thing is hydration. I've gotten some hydrolyte premix stuff, and I'm making every second drink be that, if I can, throughout the day, or at least have 2 of those half cups a day, because I'm somebody who very easily dehydrates, and I'm also somebody who struggles to drink water. So I feel like those 2 things hand in hand are dangerous for somebody like me who's in this situation. So so I'm trying to look after myself with that. I'm growing my hair. Complete digression. Part of my sleeve situation. I'm growing my hair. I have been told that there is a lot of hair loss from months 3 to 6, and I already have really thick hair, but I've been cutting my hair short because I'm a mum of 2 young kids, and it was painful, but also because I was getting rounder and rounder in the face, and the longer hair around a round face for me just made me look sick, fat, unhealthy, all those, and just really like flat and blah. So so I'm growing my hair. Here it is, happening as we speak. My hairdresser will be mortified because it's been nearly 12 weeks since I've seen her. But because this fringe used to be bangs and now it is not. So anyway, so that's happening. So watch this space for more hair growing. I am wearing makeup again. I'm feeling also very trapped in my house. I haven't been able to drive for 2 weeks, and I didn't think I would be this affected by it. I thought I would love being at home. I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to relax and, just do what I want. Instead, I found I have become a little TV hermit, and I've just been staring at the television and doing not a lot. And I think it also compacted yesterday, and that's kind of where the tears came from yesterday. So I'm doing a little look good, feel good, and I am going to drive today. We are going to a bike shop to have a look at bikes for my daughter. Her birthday's in a couple of weeks, and she's learnt to ride a big bike, so we thought we would get her own bike with no training wheels, because she's very confident now, and it would be great if when I am ready to go, we can all as a family go riding together, which would be really fun. So I think that's all my notes say. So that's all. I just wanted to check in and say it's definitely not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's definitely working, and I'm definitely in a better headspace today than I was yesterday. I got a walk in yesterday too, so I think that was probably just a release of everything as well. So yeah, it's been up and down this week actually, and I'm from watching all of your videos, I've also found that you guys found that around week 2 as well. So I'm hoping now that I can get more of a routine, getting more used to that sort of satisfied to full feeling, because I'm still not quite understanding what that feeling is yet, because I've not had anything substantial enough in my stomach, I think. But yeah, so anyway, we will keep you updated. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking my videos. Feel free to do so if you haven't already. Yeah, and I will catch up with you again in a week. Oh, I'm doing my photos and my measurements tonight, so I'm not quite sure on centimeters, but I can definitely feel it. My pants, even straight out of the dryer now, are loose and baggy, and I'm getting called saggy bum pants by my husband. So that's really exciting. So yeah, I guess that will do it to you when you've lost 11.1 kilos in 4 weeks. So there you are. I will talk to you again soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.